8 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Snow pounded the windshield as I pulled into my parents' driveway. Their Christmas tree glowed bright through the front window. In the back seat, my kids bounced with excitement. 7-year-old Leia clutched the glittery card she'd crafted for Grandma like it was gold. 5-year-old Evan hugged his stuffed fox tight and whispered, "Santa comes here too, right?" We stepped inside to the warm rush of cinnamon and pine. My mother's hug was brief and stiff. My father gave a nod over his glass. My sister Kara sprawled on the couch, wine in hand, while her daughter June was already ripping into gifts under the tree like it was a race. A new tablet gleamed in June's hands next, then wireless headphones. Paper flew everywhere. She never glanced up. Leia skipped over and gently tugged my mother's sleeve. "Grandma," she said sweetly, "where are ours?" My mother's gaze flicked past me to the adults in the room. "Your children aren't important enough for gifts this year," she announced, voice flat and final as a locked gate. Evan's face collapsed. Leia froze, her handmade card creasing in her small fist, tears welling silently. Kara's lips curved into a smirk. "Seriously," she chimed in, "why waste money on kids without a dad?" Evan's sob burst out, raw and broken. Leia's tears spilled quietly, steadily. No one stirred. The carols droned on about joy and cheer. I dropped to my knees, pulled them close, felt their trembling against me. I swallowed the plea that rose in my throat. Then I stood, walked to the hallway by the coat closet, and took out my phone. My favorites list opened to the one contact labeled for emergencies. Rhea, trust officer. My thumb hovered. The living room waited for me to crack. I pressed call. Rhea answered instantly. "Sadie, I'm here." I stepped back into the room so they could all hear. Evan's sobs had quieted to hiccups against my shoulder. Leia gripped my wrist like a lifeline. Kara watched with that smug grin that said I'd fold. My mother stood rigid, braced to pin the blame on me. I lifted the phone and spoke the 4 words I'd rehearsed for days. "Cancel every transfer now." The fire snapped loudly in the stunned silence. Rhea didn't pause. "All outgoing distributions?" "Yes, Marlene and Gordon and Kara's. Effective immediately." My father froze, drink halfway to his lips. "What transfers?" he croaked, but guilt flickered across his face. I opened my banking app and held up the screen. Line after line of payments: roof repairs, furnace replacement, property taxes, clinic visits, June's private school tuition. Month after month drawn from the trust my late husband created for Leia and Evan, with me as trustee. My mother's mouth opened and closed without sound. "We thought it was help," she finally managed. "It was," I said. "Mine." Kara shot to her feet. "You can't do this. June's school—" "Tell them what you told my kids," I cut in, voice level. "That some children matter more." Rhea's voice came through clearly. "I'll send written confirmation within 48 hours. "Do it," I said and ended the call. My mother reached for my arm. I stepped back and tucked Leia's crumpled card safely into my coat pocket. "Shoes on," I told my kids. "We're leaving." We walked out into the blizzard, the porch light fading behind us. For the first time that night, I could finally breathe. The drive home was slow, wipers battling whiteout. Evan drifted off first, cheeks squished against his fox, hiccups easing into sleep. Leia stayed awake, silent, staring at the glitter still sparkling on her fingers. In our kitchen, I hung wet coats, heated cocoa, and opened my laptop at the table. Rhea's confirmation email waited. Transfers halted, formal notices queued. I didn't gloat. I just kept going. Because grief lingers, and tonight my kids needed comfort. At 12:17 a.m., I logged into the bank portal and found the reverse mortgage renewal I'd signed years back to keep my parents in their house. 1 click. Decline to renew. A warning popped up. Balance due. Foreclosure process begins. I clicked proceed. My hand only trembled after. Christmas morning, my phone exploded. My mother weeping, my father furious, Kara pleading for June. I silenced it, flipped the screen down, and pulled out the stockings I'd stashed behind the laundry basket. Evan squealed over the Lego set. Leia giggled as a snow globe rained glitter just like her card had. Are we still loved? She asked, voice tiny. I knelt, brushed hair from her face. More than anything, I said, meaning it so deeply it ached. By New Year's, the begging had turned to blame. By March, a slim envelope arrived. Shaky apologies, promises, a request to see them just once. I read it on the porch while my kids built a crooked snowman. I felt nothing that demanded a reply. That night, we hung Leia's card in the center of our own tree, and the house finally carried the scent of peace.